What do we have here?
We have donuts from Donut Plant, New York City, also known as the best donuts known to man. Ta-da!
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee, indeed.
All right, we're back.
Hey guys, welcome back to tekesteandjones, the United States edition. I'm Tekeste.
I'm Ishé.
This
Livingishe
is Jones.
Reviews, and this is
Alkali Yogi, and we have another Jones amongst us today, a littler Jones, except he's taller than both of us.
Younger Jones.
He's younger and taller and more good looking and better looking. Did you want to present yourself?
No, I'm not. Don't say I'm better looking.
Come on.
Go on, say hello. Come on in, introduce yourself.
You know, guests don't, other people in other videos don't have to, do this, right? They don't have to.
It's just that we think that you're going to add a lot to this video. We'd love to have you on.
All right, introduce yourself.
Okay, fine. My name's Coco.
He's soft-spoken. All right, so
whatever that means.
means you're speaking softly.
So we've just come back from New York City. So we've just made it home, literally. We're still in the same clothes that we wore on the bus, and our donuts are fresh from New York City. So we're doing like a little peak pit video today. So we're going to talk about our peaks and our pits during the time that we had in New York City, whilst enjoying these delicious, what I believe to be the world's best donuts from Donut Plant. Ishé will show you a picture. Boop. Insert here of what this tray looks like, and yeah, let's grab a donut and then let's go around the table and talk about the highs and the lows. Oh.
He's eating keep.
It's not good at all. It's very spicy. There's no taste to it.
He loves it.
He's a foodie.
No, it's not. It's very spicy. There's no taste to it.
He loves it. It's all beef. It was raw.
It's just spice with no taste at all.
It's raw beef, but he had it. We ordered it last night. He had some of it, and then we brought it back. And so the Alkali Yogi didn't want him to finish it raw, so she decided to cook it for him.
Yeah.
And now it's all cooked beef, and he's eating it with some Injera.
No taste to it at all. It's just.
So anyway, we're having these donuts here.
We sure are.
Donut Plant.
We sure are. Last night we had a great dinner, but we'll get more into that in our daily vlog. So you'll know about our wonderful dinner at Ginnett's last night. And yeah, and then you'll kind of see how this came about, how the leftovers. But in this economy, waste not, want not. So Isha's like, we're taking that meat home.
Oh my God.
And we're going to cook it up, make sure that it's safe to eat, and someone's going to eat it. And there's a carnivore amongst us. As you know, we are plant-based, but so yeah, so that worked out really well.
Yeah, he's been eating plant-based food with us, but
yeah,
some of the other ladies last night wanted, they're not, and so we don't discriminate.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So,
who wants to start with their peak and their pit? Shall we start with Coco? Or should we?
Yeah.
No, let's start with you guys.
Okay, all right, I'll go first. Are you splitting with me? What do you want? First, we got to get food on our plate.
Yeah. Once he gets finished with this, he can have a donut. So let's. I'll split a carrot.
Carrot. All right.
Yeah,
so this Alkali Yogi here has not had Donut Plant in 2.5 years. I'm very excited. Moderation, guys. Everything in moderation. Not everything, actually. I take that back. Not everything.
Wait. Yeah.
But when you want to treat in moderation, it's okay. For me, it's been 2.5 years, so I'm going to have a little something.
I might cut little holes. He likes the donuts cut in small pieces.
Yeah.
But
you guys eat it whole. That's not even fair.
Well, we'll cut yours up.
Yeah, of course. Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
All right.
Have a banana also.
Instead of
who you want to start with your peaks and troughs?
Yeah, I will. Absolutely. Have a seat. Let's also cheers. Donut cheers. To our first donut in, oh, I lied, it's been a year and a half actually, not 2.5 years, a year and a half. Cheers.
Yeah, it's been a year since I had it.
Mm-hmm.
A donut. Got it from a donut plant. I used to eat bananas and donuts in nursery school.
You know, you could have just went to New
They
York
used
and
to
ate
serve.
donuts, right?
When I was 5,
No, you know, you could have just went to New York anytime and got donuts.
yeah, but you know, that's a pretty long drive for donuts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least it was
I'm
worth
leaving
it.
for New York.
It was worth it. I would
I
drive
gotta-
up there again tomorrow for these donuts.
This is why I'm over here, like this. I've decided I'm going back to New York to fetch more of these. My first taste of these donuts well, any donuts, but these are the only donuts I care about on the planet in a year and a half. And already I feel like we don't have enough in the house.
We need lots and lots and lots more.
Actually, so to be fully transparent, I actually wrap these up and I freeze them. And then we just take them out on special occasions like Thanksgiving or maybe Christmas. So that's really what they're here for. Today we're just kind of having a little something, you know, to kind of end our celebration and our wonderful time in New York. So, my highs and my lows. For me, because I have fam in New York, like family, friends and family. For me, the high was definitely seeing so many of the people that I have love for that are, you know, part of my life and my world. And so starting from like Randy from Moto NYC all the way right up until this morning where we had almost a full house at the Airbnb with friends that came by to say hello, to
Ahmad.
greet me, to meet the new people in my life and get to know them. Along the way, every day we saw people, and for me that was absolutely my peak, 100%, because I love New York. I also love New York because of the people that I have in New York. So there's that. That's the peak. The pit would be, dang inflation, dang. That's my pit, because as somebody who lived in New York for over a decade and who only left New York a little over a year ago, it was already expensive, but now, guys, chilling. I don't think I'm exaggerating. This is he's a financial analyst. He's a numbers guy. Would you say it's pretty extreme right now, the cost of everything?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, these went up from $3.75 to $4.25, right? You think, you know, it's just 50 cents, but everything across the board has gone up. Our friend this morning who dropped us off at the African festival was telling us that her landlord was trying to increase her rent by $200 a month. Who can afford an additional $200 a month when your salary has stayed the same?
People still out of work.
Right.
This pandemic.
Right.
Pandemic.
And she's an entrepreneur, so there's a portion of these 2 years that she's not even worked. So for me, it felt like we were really being squeezed, you know? So that for me definitely was my pit. But my peak far outweighs my pit because people are people, love is love, energy is energy, and I'm so grateful to have the people that I have in my life, and I'm so grateful that they were able to meet, many of them for the very first time, the new people in my life.
Just me.
Yeah, they got to meet him. They got to meet me.
That's right.
You want to go with your what your best highest peak was and lowest trough or pit? Want me to go?
What are you guys talking about?
What was the best part and what was the worst part of your trip?
There we go. Alright.
You want to go or can I go?
You can go.
Okay, so the peak of the trip was taking this boy to New York because he hasn't been there since he was 2. Well, not that he remembers, but he's always wanted to go to New York because he's such a huge hip hop head. It's only fitting that he goes to the place where it was invented and created.
Fan-dingus.
And loving to see the look on his face, taking him to all the murals of his favorite rappers who are all deceased.
It's not funny.
Now, that is funny.
Well, it's not. It's wrong.
Okay. So anyway, he was enjoying himself, so that was the peak of the trip. And then meeting her friends and new family.
Mod.
I met new family.
That's right.
Mod.
And yeah, and the kids, watching the kids get along.
David.
Our Airbnb was very nice. The neighborhood we was at was nice.
Do or die Bed-Stuy.
I can't even remember the other two kids' names.
She'll help you.
Aman, David, and Harry.
Harry. Yeah, David and Harry.
All of them.
And then Sanaya.
Oh yeah,
you
Sanai
guys.
and Sahai. Oh,
David.
sorry, no. Sanai
Yeah,
and
Sahai.
Milena. And then
Sanaya and
Sahai.
Mod.
Sahai and Nessa.
Nessa. Oh yeah.
A lot of beautiful babies.
I'm getting the names mixed up.
We were around a lot of beautiful children.
Yeah, the worst part of the trip was probably that we had to leave and come back. Now, the worst part was probably, I don't know, yeah, the prices, the inflation. Oh, the worst part was going to the 9/11 memorial and the world, the World Trade Center towers, and not being there just to see how they just monetize the disaster or this
The loss
event.
of life, yeah.
Yeah, and so they had the exhibits and 9/11 museums that they closed them, and there was a whole bunch of tourists out there, and none of us got to go and see it. And so that was the only pit. So other than that, this was a great trip.
Can I just be, can I be a little antagonistic here for a moment, yeah? And just point something out. So they blocked off, yeah, all of the memorial sites, so you couldn't go up and see the names, like the actual names of the people that were deceased on that day, like during in the waterfall areas. You'll see in the videos what we're referring to. They had sectioned that off so we couldn't get to it. But the shops were open for business. So if you have a threat in that area, right? Are you not concerned about people's overall well-being, that they can stay and shop? Like the retail side is open, but you can't come up to the memorial. If there's a real threat, this is what I want people to start thinking about critically, yeah? If there's a genuine threat, why are all the shops open and you can still shop, right? But you can't, within feet from the shops, you can't go look at the memorial up close. They're literally just feet apart. So
it's all about making money.
That's just it, guys. It's capitalism. Think about it. Always think, like, who does this benefit, right? The idea that they need to create this sense of like there could be danger, so we're going to keep you away from this, but you can continue to shop, is a form of manipulation. If there's really a threat, you don't open the shops and you keep people clear of that whole entire area if you really believe that there's a threat.
Yeah.
I mean, justify it to me another way. Show me that capitalism isn't king, that people are, profits don't come before people. That's all I'm saying. It's all very skewed to me. It's all very skewed to me. And I'm an economist, so it's hard for me to fall for the okie doke because I know what goes on behind the scenes.
So I was also missing Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
Since
and we didn't get to go to Suya, which was on our to-do list, guys.
Oh, yeah, we missed our chance to go get Nigerian food from a restaurant called Suya.
Because we do miss Nigeria. So we were trying to tap back into that. But it's on Franklin Avenue, by the way, in Crown Heights. So check it out, Suya, Brooklyn. Let us know how it is. I'm embarrassed to say I lived on Franklin and St. John's for a whole year and didn't go into Suya. So I did go into Suya. I introduced myself to the owners and I asked them about Suya, but I didn't actually eat there, so I'm embarrassed to say that. But now that I've come back from Nigeria and I love the food, it was one of the first places that we were excited to actually try out. Next time.
So much going on. It's
Man.
just like in Nigeria, there's so much going on. We didn't have time to this, do that.
Yeah.
We intended to do a lot more.
A lot more.
But that just means you have to go back.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is, Nigeria too was, we had a wedding to attend, so a big chunk of that was for the wedding. For us, this trip, guys, was actually, believe it or not, for little John. Yeah, it was 100% for him, because we've been to New York.
This whole trip for this boy.
We did, yeah.
Just to take him and show him.
Yeah. His dad really wanted to give this to Coco, so this whole trip was solely for that. So if we go back for something else, like a food tour, then we'll definitely take you with us. We'll do a whole different kind of a trip, but this was family time. This was about showing Coco the streets, the corners of where his favorite artists.
What he saw on those music videos. We took him to, you know, reference points and spots where things happen. So go ahead, tell us your best part of New York trip. What was the best part? The best part of his trip was, I'll speak for him. First day we went to the Bronx, and I'm telling you, like one of his favorite rappers is Big Pun, Ishé. Big Pun. So the first thing we did was go to the Bronx. Okay. We tried to go to the Hip Hop Museum. We couldn't get into more details on that. But then we went to the Big Pun mural. He was so happy to see that Big Pun mural and take pictures in front of it. Bam! There's a picture. And then we went to another part of the Bronx. He liked the DMX mural. And then the best part of the trip for him, though, was going to Harlem. Because his very favorite rapper, Big L.
Oh, yeah.
Is from Harlem, was from Harlem. And we saw his vigil. They had his mural with candle vigil. And we got to hang out at the park that he used to hang out at.
Just loved.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the peak of his trip. Oh, and also, he really loved meeting Aman, a little precocious, intelligent, like smart little kid, nice kid. And he also liked all her girlfriends. And he met a lot of kids this weekend, so that was good. Harry David. Oh, and Harry and David's dad was actually working.
Be careful, you know.
Oh no, I'm just saying he actually worked in the World Trade Center, one of the towers.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if you guys gonna cry out there saying that, but you know.
Yeah, but he survived. I mean, he wasn't hurt, but he was there when 9/11 happened.
Okay, all right. Well, guys, please don't cry. Please don't cry. All right.
Yeah, it was sad, but you know, everybody's, you know.
It's sad every time that someone says that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so. What's the bad part? Any bad part of this trip? Or was it all good? I think everything was good for you. You like riding the trains?
Yeah,
I think it was maybe too hot for you.
Huh?
Was it too hot for you?
Yeah, that and the no.
Actually, it wasn't too hot. So.
Yeah, it wasn't like Arizona or Texas or like it wasn't like Egypt or something, but it was hot as it was supposed to be hot.
Yeah, he kept saying it seems like Egypt outside.
Yeah.
It's like a desert outside. It's like an oven. Like we was in the Uber and he was trying to take off his shoes and his socks, put his feet up to the AC. I was like, oh my goodness. And also, I guess the worst part of the trip for me was not being able to get us into the Hip Hop Museum. Because we had a little issue. We didn't even know if I was going to see him this weekend because we found out that we needed an ID and a SPAX card to show that you got the Popona Pyrus spots, the gabs, rabs, and jabs. I'm trying to make codes, but it ain't working. I'll just say we just had to show a back card, and his mother couldn't find it at the time, and then anyway, that's why I didn't get tickets on time.
There are so many good examples of how dividing a society in two only brings joy, peace, and happiness. That's never ever backfired before in history. Ever.
Yeah, operating on fear.
And separation.
Fear and separation.
Those people, these people, that always works. Lots of examples throughout history. So.
Yeah, blue and red.
Great job, leaders. Keep that up. Rah, rah. Just kidding. All right. This is not about that anyways. But yeah. So overall, let's rate our trip out of 10. Overall.
Oh, the trip was, despite all that, it was 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Wow. 10 out of 10. All right, Papa Jones. How about you, Coco?
I mean, other than, you know, the inflation, which is, you know, the inflation just sucks. Like, you know, everything is just even more expensive than it should be. But I just feel grateful and, you know, gratitude. I give gratitude for being able to actually do that trip. You know?
Amen.
And just seeing, you know, it showed like you see a lot of people suffering during these times. A lot more homelessness was out there, but it made me feel just even more grateful for what I do have and the things I could do and the things I could do for this kid. You done talking?
Huh?
You want to say anything else? Otherwise, you can continue to eat.
You gonna rate the weekend out of the 10?
I wouldn't burn up the soul.
What do you give the trip out of the 10?
Well, other than saying that one burned up the soul.
What burned up the soul? Oh, we was eating one time a vegan chicken sandwich, and it was so hot, and I was like, come on, it can't be that spicy. Then he opened the sandwich up, and we discovered that there was like some big red peppers in there.
Pickled peppers.
Pickled peppers.
Cayenne pickled peppers.
I was like,
no.
Is he just like being so dramatic about this? But he actually had a reason that he was like, oh my God, so hot.
I was like, oh. And like, oh, that's why. If I had checked this, hold on. If I had checked the sandwich before, tomorrow morning, don't forget, okay? Try to see all of them.
What was you about to say?
I was just about to say, leave me alone.
So yeah, he should have checked. He's thinking like he should have checked the sandwich before he bit into it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we didn't. I mean, to be fair, I guess.
We didn't think it would be hot.
Yeah, we could have.
There's no reason.
I should have looked at the ingredients or maybe even checked. I think going forward with service, I'll probably check.
Yeah, but it was a, you know, it was a Barbadian and
right. Yeah.
Caribbean
it was Caribbean,
spot.
so you know, we're melanated people. We like some heat.
Yeah. So if we'd have brought him to Nigeria, it would have been. He would have got used to the heat, to the food, spicy, because it's so tasty. So anyway, yeah. So what do you give it? A 9 out of 10? How much you give it?
Oh my God.
What number would you give it out of 10? Want me to say it for you?
Yeah, probably 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah.
What made it from going to 10? You got to go to the bodegas. We let him go to the bodegas by himself on the corner. He walked there, got us, you know, we had him getting us water and stuff, and
I wish
a credit card.
Wish I could have gone to the hood part of that night.
We were in the hood, sort of.
No, where I could see some, you know, drive-bys happen. So,
All in
drive-bys.
due time. All in due time.
Yeah,
So,
I got the water and yeah, I got the water from the store.
and he wanted to go buy me a beer, but I told him that they won't sell it to you unless you're 21. And he was bummed about that. And he was like, that don't make sense. Like, I'm just getting it from my dad. I'm not gonna drink it. Yeah, but people don't. This frame of thinking is so, you know, it's just like that.
Innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Still very innocent.
yeah, that was good. But and watching this kid eat, you know, he eats everything that, you know, that's tasty. Like, he's a foodie. Like
her.
Yeah. It's like it just have to taste good. Like, if it's tasty, he doesn't mind like what it is or where it comes from. It's, as long as it's good,
Spicy or not
good
spicy?
quality, yeah. Even if it's spicy, he's still gonna eat it if it's tasty. If it's crappy, he's not gonna. So, I'm not eating that. I can't do it. Can't do it, Pop. So, what else we got?
Well, me, I rated a 10 too.
You rated 10, yeah. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I rated a 10 because it was Ishé's trip, you know? He took Coco and I. So it was a gift. It was a gift from him to us. And of course, I'm very grateful. Because of him, I was reunited with friends. You know, I was reunited with delicious food. You know, we took a break from our raw detox, which kicks back off tomorrow morning. First thing, I'm already working on the supplements and the shakes and the smoothies now.
I gotta cut up fruit in the morning.
But yeah, you know, how can I, you know, I mean, he graciously did this for us. It's a gift. So to me, it was perfect. The weather was great. So it was a 10 and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Y'all deserve it.
Do we though? We kind of drive him crazy. He's very patient with us.
He's, you know, teenager. So you can imagine, those of you with kids, if you have a teenager, you know, they could be this way and in this way in a matter of seconds.
You guys were teenagers too.
Yes, that's why I always tell them. So I didn't just start off at this age. I had to grow up like you.
Like you were my age too, Pop, and your dad was like this, so you know.
Yeah, but I couldn't talk to him nearly the way you talk sometimes. But anyway, yeah, see, he even knows he says true. See, I can't do it. All right, so so we did the vlog about Friday night. So what happened Saturday? What did we do Saturday? Saturday on our agenda. So let's see, we woke up and it was such a nice morning.
It was.
Sunny out. We the app said it was gonna rain.
It did.
It's supposed to rain.
People changed their whole weekend plans because of that forecast. Man.
Yeah, it did not end up raining. It was hot and sunny and sticky all day. I mean, people don't understand, who've never been to New York, they don't understand that it gets hot. Like, it is really...
Summer.
Yeah, in the summertime, it gets so hot. Like, you would not believe it. Even though it's in the north, it's on the East Coast. It's by the water. Well, it's an island. But people don't realize, like, that densely populated, you know, buildings all right next to each other.
Cramped
spaces, like, you know, it's a convection. It's like
convection, yes.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, for sure.
Yeah, and we had our first day we were lugging around our luggage. So anyway, we got on, let's see, Saturday we got up. I got him up. He went to the store for us again. He wanted to take a walk around the neighborhood. They walked up and down the street. And then we decided to go, what was our first stop Saturday?
So we had breakfast at home. It was just left over from Babaluchi on Friday night. And then from there, we made our way to Kingsburg.
Coco. Another peak was the pizza.
Pizza, yeah.
It was the best pizza. What'd you say?
I lied. It wasn't the best pizza. It was pretty good though.
No, he lied now. He said that was the
I'm
best
sure he has
pizza
better
had.
pizza in, where is it that you live again? Or whatever, in Pennsylvania, wherever
It was
in Pennsylvania. I'm sure that there's better pizza there.
Nope.
Just for some reason, it's
just
unknown.
He plays coy sometimes, but
Look, yeah.
I know him since he was born. And I know that he was serious when he said that was the best pizza in his entire 14-year life. 15-year life.
The dough, the cheese,
His eyes lit up. I'm gonna put a picture of his eyes when he was eating the pizza. So you can't, I got evidence. So, but anyway, so we ate Babaluchi.
Which was great, you know, and I know that there are new places that have opened up in the last year and a half, and we would have loved to have tried those, but we only had a short period of time. So next time we go back to New York, it'll be more food centered, and I'll definitely bring you guys some newer openings. So stay tuned for whenever we return to the Great Bay Apple.
Oh yeah, Babaluchi is in Harlem.
It is in Harlem on 127th to Lenox. Great restaurant. It's been open now a few years.
Oh, I think you mean decades, because maybe a few decades, maybe. But I think that's what El said when he said there's a good Italian restaurant right up the street, and he meant Babaluchi's because that was probably a restaurant.
Who? Big L?
Yes, he said there's a good Italian restaurant right up the street.
Probably meant Babaluchi's, yeah. Yeah, Big L reference. Who's a Harlem native, or was. Okay, so keep going.
Yeah, so Saturday we finished that off, and then we went to Williamsburg. We made our way to Williamsburg. Initially, Ishé and I were going to take a yoga class at Moto NYC. Shout out to you on Metropolitan Avenue. But we decided that to make the most out of our day, we would just, you know, just walk, and which is what we do in New York, as opposed to go for yoga and then walk the whole day. So we started off actually at Domino Park in Williamsburg.
Interesting thing happened on the way to Domino Park.
Oh, the fruit?
Well, that's
Okay.
one thing. So you tell the fruit story, and then after
Yeah, well, you'll see it in the video as well, right? Because I think you captured it. I was wanting some fruit because, you know, we've been doing this detox, right? So I'm wanting fruit now in a way that I've not wanted before. And there was a woman on the platform at Bedford Station selling fruit for $6. Inflation. And I didn't have the cash because we are rubbish adults. No, we're not rubbish, we're questionable.
We should have learned this from Nigeria. We're still walking around with credit cards, debit cards, and no cash.
Insert a meme here. When will they learn? So we've made an agreement now, a pact, him and I, that minimum $20 we have to keep both of us.
In the States.
Yeah, that both of us have to carry in the States a minimum $20 each going forward. We're not going to get cut out like that. However, that presented an opportunity for someone to do something really kind. A gentleman came up and said, "You're good, I got it for you."
Yeah.
A young man said that.
He was with his girlfriend, and she didn't mind. Well, I was right behind you.
Right.
They knew where he
Right.
So he didn't just buy a lovely woman some fruit with his girlfriend right there.
Right.
He just helped us out because we were like, you called back at me, said, "You got any cash?" He's like, "I didn't bring any cash. I need to go to the ATM machine." And he was like,
I think the more the hair is fading away, the black is returning. It's fading away, the black is returning.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the hair. He's talking about the hair.
That's what happens when people get old.
That's when their hair grows.
No, it's what happens when animals and people get old. The the brown or black skin that they have fades off, and then new hair grows on, which is the gray hair, grows all over the skin. And probably shouldn't say that at all, but you know.
Okay, so after he bought the fruit.
Yeah, so it was a beautiful New York moment. So if you've not been to New York and you're afraid to come to New York,
yeah,
please know that there are a lot of good people and great things happen in New York. I mean, should you be vigilant and aware? 100%. I was living there during the most gentrifying time of the city, and I was still always alert, not, flashing money or jewelry or, just carelessly waving my phone around. Like, you have to always be alert. It's New York, any major city. Lagos, no different, right? But despite the fact that, things have been rough for the last couple of years, you still find these beautiful moments of humanity that remind you that, yes, it is New York, but it's made up of people. It's made up of people and souls. So yeah, it was a really lovely moment. And you had something else you wanted to bring in?
Oh, yeah, so we were walking towards Domino Park, and then we heard music, and I spotted a Trinidad flag. And yeah, it was a little boutique, so we decided to walk in there and see what was going on. And the people that worked there, the two ladies, the two young ladies. Okay, just put it on the sink. Yeah, the two young ladies that were there were very nice, very friendly. Not just because we're customers, but they were just generally just friendly people. So they invited us for a little drink that the other guy that works there, he was just behind the counter mixing drinks. It was a boutique, clothing boutique, and they had music playing. I guess they just decided to make a drink, some Prosecco and an orange slice, and can't remember what else was in there. Yeah, so it was a nice, refreshing drink to beat the heat.
Very popular in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. They offered, us some. She doesn't drink, but I partook of the sample, and that was another nice gesture.
Too bad I couldn't get some.
Because you're not old enough. And you didn't even speak when the lady asked you something.
Oh.
You want some donut, Coco?
Yeah, can I have small pieces, please?
Yes, the tres leches?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, his favorite donut plant.
Tres leches. Papa Jones, you've not tried it, have you?
No, I'm not really. I haven't been a fan, but I think you know what? I did try it. And it is good.
You tried it on Saturday?
Yeah.
That's good. Take that for you.
All right. So, so after that, we talked to, and one of the ladies, she was like a model, wasn't she? Like
she
a bona fide model from Trinidad.
Bona fide. Knows another one of my bona fide model friends.
She got a lot of them. After that, then we walked down to Domino Park. It was a lot of families down there, a lot of kids playing in the water park and everything. Little water park, little sprinkler system we had going on. And then, so we had to meet up with some folks later on that day. So then after that, we were walking around the fabulous downtown Williamsburg area, seeing all these nice shops and, little boutique places. And we happened to walk past the market.
We went to Smorgasburg, which is overlooking the water. It's really beautiful, the East River. So you can see the High Line. It's all lovely, but equally as important is the food. Yeah. The view is amazing. The food, equally amazing. Sure, you have to know who to order from.
The view of Manhattan right there. That was like, man.
So many great vendors, so many great products. Do you remember that fruit, the people that were getting the fruit and the pineapple? I really wanted that.
Yeah, they had a long line too. They were selling you know, drinks
Juices, yeah.
and juices.
Fresh pressed juices.
Yeah, fresh pressed juices out of the, you know, the actual fruit. So they had like the dragon fruit, which they was sold out. Passion fruit sold out, and they had like, you know, the pineapple. Gutted the pineapple, made juice in there, or you know, the coconut juice.
They don't use any cups.
Yeah.
They only serve out of pineapple and fruits.
There are so many good looking restaurants. It gets overwhelming. Like you don't know what you want to eat.
Right. And because we already had dinner plans with friends, we had a reservation in Flatbush that evening. We didn't want to eat too much because, as much as we talk about food, let me be very clear. We are lightweights at the end of the day. We really are. Our eyes are far bigger than our stomach.
Yeah, I used to be an eater, but I can't eat.
No.
Can't eat like I could before.
Ishé and I could literally go out for dinner, bring home leftovers, and have 2 more meals.
That's what we did mostly this weekend.
Yeah.
So
and
yeah.
thank God we can do that, especially during this economy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
You done, Coco?
Coco. So yeah, I ended up picking, like, there was a few things that I wanted to eat. I wish I would have eaten. Like there was this it was a Japanese place that was serving ramen burgers. So they had a vegan one, but you know, instead of a bun, it's either rice or ramen as a bun, and then you know, whatever you got inside. But I settled for the fish tacos from, there's Jamaican fish tacos.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah, so.
Settled being the operative word, because he was quite disappointed actually. Unfortunately. No.
Yeah, he liked them better.
No
than
diss
I
to the
did.
people that made them, because I actually thought they were delicious, because I tried them too.
I'm just not a fan of saltfish in a taco. It's like, this should be with aki and saltfish on one plate.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, as a taco, it was really strange for me.
Because he is from California, so he knows Mexican food, and then he's part Jamaican, so he understands where salt fish belongs. But I enjoyed it.
He overstands because it's part Jamaican.
Ishé's that way because he is from California, right? So he knows really good Mexican food. So good that he's actually not really enjoyed anything I've introduced him to when it comes to Mexican food in New York, which is embarrassing for me because I take pride in wowing everyone. And then he's also, those of you who have seen his journey through his DNA results, which you can catch on his channel, by the way, livingishe Reviews. You can kind of see how we came to find out that he's also partially Jamaican, just like he's partially Nigerian.
Yeah.
So for him, saltfish belongs, like he said, next to Aki.
Can I take a DNA test? Can I take a DNA test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Settled.
Then you'll see Jamaica on yours too.
No.
Yes.
Well,
no.
maybe stay tuned. Who knows? We'll see. One time.
No.
We'll see. How about we just leave it open? We don't know what we're going to find out. But stay tuned. If this happens, maybe Ishé will share.
I'm just
so yeah, so after so I just couldn't deal with those tacos. They're just I mean, but you know, as long as everybody ate them, I took 2 bites and it was like,
Thank God you only purchased one, because I ended up finishing it. I wasn't even hungry.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. And then we left.
Oh no, you went to pick up the donuts.
Oh yes,
Donut
yeah. I picked up the donuts for us and the people that we were going to visit.
And another good gesture, the woman inside the donut plant.
You're counting all of blessings right now. Oh
gave Coco. She gave Coco a free water.
Bottle of water. That's
and
great.
In New York, the water is $4.50. So she just saw how hot he was suffering in the heat, and she offered him a bottle of water. That was really good. You know, they charge for that water.
Of course.
They don't have to.
Of course.
They never have to offer anything, and he didn't. It ain't like they messed his order up and they gave him complimentary water. It was like, you want some water or something? Just grab a bottle of water. I was like, what bottle? Because these are like almost $5. No, you can grab one of those. like, man, okay. See, we pay stuff for it all the time, so it's good.
I just have to say thank you, Ishé, for reminding us, because you know, in the midst of it, sometimes you're just trying to get from A to B. There's so much going on. It's New York, it's hot, it's summer, you throw a child into it, right? It's a lot. So thank you. Thank you for helping us to remind ourselves that actually throughout that day, throughout our trip, really, it was just blessing after blessing after blessing. And those were like 3 big things that happened back to back to back.
Yeah. So yeah, then we got on the train to go to your sister's house.
Yes.
My new sister.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we went to go see a friend. She had purchased the brownstone, has purchased the brownstone, and is currently refurbishing it. She's a fierce, very talented, very successful woman who I won't mention because she has a profile. She has a profile.
She's a VIP.
She is, but she was gracious enough to invite us all into her new home. She met Coco and she met Ishé. We got to play with her 2 little girls, her partner, and it was just
Jason.
great.
Good. It was good meeting him. He made a nice, delicious drink.
Another blessing.
Yeah.
A really delicious drink.
And some kind of spritzer. Yeah, I guess summer is for spritzers in New York. So
Summer is for spritzers. I like that.
That was good.
Yeah. We hung out with them for a couple of hours, which went really quickly. We got a tour of the home.
Yeah.
Just had a little bit of banter and just caught up, because we've not seen each other, many of us, in like 2 years, right? Because the last 2 years there were a lot of lockdowns in New York City. But it was really, really lovely. And then from there, we had dinner reservations over in Flatbush with good, dear friends of ours. Same friends, actually, that we went to visit in Kenya a few months ago.
Yeah.
So good times. It was really good times.
Oh, wow. All that happened in one day.
All that happened in one day.
A lot.
You know, but this is New York. You have to kind of take full advantage of it especially if you're just visiting. There's so much to see, and to make it, really and truly like a worthwhile trip for his son. There was a lot to get in, but we did all right. We didn't get everything that we wanted to do, but we're human.
Yeah.
And we did really well.
Plus, we're we're not living there, so we didn't bring a car.
Right.
So we took the train most of the time. Uber's only in, we were running really late. So, we went to that wonderful restaurant, uncles and aunts and uncles.
Aunts and uncles.
Aunts at uncles.
But I just want to say that, again, I just want to highlight that like New York is a great place and it's very safe, and I hope that doesn't deter people from not going, because it's had a rep of being rough at times. And also that, it's the trains are safe. I mean, be vigilant. Obviously, don't travel late at night on your own. But trains are the best way to travel, I would say, that and walking. So, there's loads to see. And if you do it by foot and by train, you get to see it and do it as a New Yorker, which is pretty special, because then you are stepping into the flow of the city proper, and not just like a tourist who's here for a moment just to, just to see some
sights. And she knows every place in New York. She's like, you want a tour guide? Holla at the Alkali Yogi.
You want a vegan tour? Definitely holler. You want to do some yoga?
Especially if it's vegan and yoga.
Yeah.
Tour. Probably do all the boroughs too.
I would do, absolutely. I've been to all the boroughs. I love them all, but Brooklyn is home. I'll say it again. Brooklyn is home. Yes, so aunts and uncles, great new restaurant that opened up recently, last year, I believe, in 2021. All right, so we went to aunts and uncles. It was chosen by our friends who are in Flatbush. And it was great. It's a vegan spot.
The name aunts et.
Yes.
So it's French. Is that French? That's French, right?
Yes, et is and in French. I don't know why they called it that. Because the word from Haiti. Do you know why?
Yeah, because She's from Barbados, and they were French colony.
Were they? Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay. Yeah.
Their patois has some French in it.
Sprinkled with a little French, just like Tigrinya is sprinkled with a little bit of Italian. Actually, not a little bit of Italian, quite a bit of Italian. But, yeah, so it was a really, really nice time being with good friends, and the food was great. I have to say, the cauliflower for me, and the lobster, but not the lobster roll. Was it the lobster bake or the fish bake? It's all plant-based, but you know, fish made out of palm, hearts of palms.
Yeah, that was good.
Man.
It tastes now.
And his pasta, especially when it was fresh and it had just come out, really nice.
Yeah.
It was
how's
good.
the mac and cheese?
Mac and cheese was good. Mac and cheese was good. I wouldn't say it was like my favorite mac and cheese. I think everyone right now is struggling with making a really great mac and cheese. Beatnik, formerly Black Chloe, theirs was rubbish. Toast today, rubbish.
Except for.
But I would say Aunts and Uncles was the best one. Except for who?
Except for our own.
Oh,
here.
right. Yeah.
Everlasting Life.
Oh, you meant that restaurant?
and yours too.
Well, I haven't made one actually. So.
No, is that cheese sauce?
No.
Well,
it is a cream sauce though, so it could be. Okay. Yeah, you could call it that. It's vegan.
Well, so that's two.
Yeah. Oh.
So that one and the ones here.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to beat out New York in so many things, but I think the mac and cheese was lacking.
Yeah, for some reason.
Especially when you picked that curry mac and cheese that one time. We did a first full circle moment. I don't know if y'all listened to the vlog when we were talking about. I don't know what we was talking about.
He was on his
I was explaining
walk of shame.
Yeah, I was explaining about how she was going off one day when we went to this Mac shop. What is it called?
Mac Shack.
Mac Shack.
On Fulton.
Yeah, so they have all different varieties of mac and cheese, and I bought a few back when we was dating, and when we first started dating. And one of the varieties was curry mac and cheese. It sounded good at the time, but it did not fare well.
Who did it sound good? Does it sound good to any of you?
When you party out and you're hungry, you got the munchies. Man, yeah, let's grab that. And it didn't. It was, and I never heard the end of it.
Max. We got 3 different Macs that day. But yes, no, I still like to pick at him.
I never heard the end of it.
Tease him.
Yeah, so we ended up like arbitrarily walking past it or near it, and she was like, "Oh, you're about to do the walk of shame." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "You know where we're going?" I was like, "Nope." Oh, then I was like, "We're not going past that mac and cheese place, right?" Like, yep. I was like, "Man." And bam, might see those photos there.
Yeah. So sorry, we've taken you now to Sunday, but we actually have to finish up Saturday night.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. But yeah, Saturday. So we had a really nice meal. I think Coco enjoyed his meal. There was no dessert to be had or anything like that at Aunts and Uncles, but everything was so satisfactory, and we ended up taking plenty of leftovers home, which ended up being our
breakfast for Sunday.
Right. So thankfully, we are able to do that. Every dollar helps.
Yeah.
Side note, I wonder too if some of the places that are struggling to make the quality of food that I've come to know New York for are also cutting corners just a little bit due to inflation, because the pressure is going to, like, no restaurant flippantly is just like, oh, we'll just pass it on to the consumers, right? Because they know that they'll suffer if that's their sort of mindset. I'm sure they're trying to find ways to reduce their own costs whilst also adding, increasing the cost for consumers. So it's a lose-lose on both sides these times. They're struggling and figuring out ways to stay afloat and not overspend, and also they have to pass on some of the costs to the consumers, so consumers are going to buy less, tip less, all of that. There's a trickle-down effect to all of this, right? So I can imagine that even quality is going to be, at some point, reduced in some capacity, unfortunately. But Yeah. So aunts and uncles was lovely. The mac and cheese is decent. Absolutely go for it. It didn't like floor me, but it is really good. And I like that they had truffle oil on their mac and cheese with which Sahai was like, I can smell the truffle oil. She can't stand the scent of the smell of truffle oil.
Yeah.
But
and how old is she? Like 9?
She's
and she already can smell. She knows when stuff has truffle oil.
Yeah.
That's a palate.
A little big girl, I tell you. A little big girl. But yeah, we ended up staying a good 2 hours. Great convo, great banter and catch up.
Yeah.
And that was it for a Saturday night.
Yeah.
That was
Just
it.
went back and got home and relaxed.
Yeah, that was the only night actually that we came in relatively early. Like we were home because we ate at 6. So I think by 9 o'clock we walked through the door. So it was nice and early on a Saturday night on a bank holiday weekend, nonetheless.
Yeah.
We watched some Netflix and chill.
Yeah. I actually got to relax and have a little beer at home.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
I wish we had gotten home closer to that time on Sunday night too, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It ended up being, you know, a little bit later, but so that wraps up our Saturday.
Yeah.
That was it, guys.
That was it. And Sunday. So Sunday we woke up refreshed, and everyone got to enjoy leftovers from the night before. We all split the cauliflower, the pasta, the 2 pastas because we had the mac and cheese, the lobster roll, all of it, which was lovely. And then we got this is when we went to the murals for Biggie. Yeah. Right? So that's how that started. Yeah, we walked over to well, we took the train. We took the train to Fort Greene. We took the train to Fort Greene. We got off at Lafayette on the C line, Blue Line. No, I lied. We got off at Clinton and Washington because Lafayette is in front, so it's better to, if you're coming from the east, you want to be getting off at Clinton and Washington. But any of those stations, truthfully, is whatever. It's fine. And we went to Fulton and St. James, which is a corner that major fans of Notorious B.I.G. will be very familiar with, including because it's been seen in videos, right? So people are very familiar with that corner. Coco took photos in front of 2 different murals. The first one is right on the corner of Fulton and St. John's, which was just before the pandemic. That had actually been renamed Christopher Wallace Way in honor of Biggie. So, and then we turned on to St. James Place, which is where Biggie grew up. That's his blog. 226 for any of you that have yet to go to Brooklyn. If you want to take your photo outside of the building that he grew up in, that's the address. Yeah, Coco took a photo there too. So did Ishé. And then we walked down further because in Fort Greene proper, across the street from Havana Outpost, is another beautiful Biggie mural. Yeah. Oh, for that we took a picture in front of it. Old Dirty Bastard. Oh, that was the first mural. You're right. Yeah, we got off at Franklin and Putnam. If you're looking, Franklin and Putnam. That's where the mural is. So for ODB. Yeah, and then so after the 3 Biggie murals, I showed. Well, he was interested to see the Spike Lee 40 Acres and a Mule. Their head office. Head office. Which is also in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Yeah. Bam. Bam. So yeah, so we took pictures around Spike Lee's 40 Acres and a Mule, and went down to downtown Brooklyn, walked to Barclays for the purpose of getting on the train to do what? Dun dun dun! Go to Times Square. I shudder. I shudder at the thought. Well, also we got pictures at the Kobe mural, which are just outside of the Barclays Center, by the way, on Flatbush Avenue. Yeah, and so yeah, we can't be in New York and not see Times Square. You know, I had to show tourists. Yeah, I had to show the young man Times Square, and he was really interested in seeing the 9/11 burial and memorial, and you know, the World Trade Center, because he likes to find out, like he likes stuff like that. We're talking about how somebody died or passed or events, you know, world events that happen. He's really interested in that type of stuff. And, you know, just with the past in general, like any cool things, well, not cool things, but any tragedies, like he just is so curious about that stuff. So, yeah, walked around Times Square. She was like, oh.
Get me out of here.
The one thing I wanted also, so I wanted him to try the pizza in New York, and I wanted him to have one New York hot dog. So, how was the hot dog?
It was good.
See, and it's not just like, you know, like, of course kids like hot dogs, but this is, you know, it's a New York hot dog. It's a little different. So he had to try that with mustard and onions and relish. And yeah, he was happy about that. And yeah, after the Times Square, she always has to, you know, she just cares about me so much that she wants to make sure that she shows me everything. And she has been trying to introduce me to you know, fish tacos.
Oh, I was
and
like,
Mexican
what
food
are
in
you
New York.
talking about?
And she's been trying so much, and they've been, you know, they've just been okay, you know.
Coco also says that we are, just so you guys know, as adults, he said we are.
We're, you know, but.
Now you're in on the inside joke, Taconis. Whenever you see us doing this, you know, it's Coco thinks that we're as adults.
Yeah, it was real fun. So yeah, so we walked up, up to the West Village. And she took me to a place called Mole. And that Mole, she was like, this is it. Like, if you don't like these, I'm done. Like, I don't know what I can't, like, tell you. Like, I gave up. I gave it all I got. And you know what? Turned out the last was the best. And that Mole, when they brought out those fish tacos, yeah, that was good.
Ding, ding, ding.
I can't say it's, you know, it's not better than what I'm used to, but that they were good. Like I would want, like, now that's another place. When we go back to New York, we definitely gotta go get some fish tacos. And all you need is like one.
Insert picture now.
Bang.
And that, by the way, is $25.
$25 for 3 fish tacos.
It went up. To be fair, in 2020, it was $22.
$22 for 3 fish tacos.
I know.
It just.
I know. It's appalling.
Down here,
it's appalling.
I can get them for $2.
It's appalling. I know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's New York. That's why I'm not there anymore. Frankly, I can't afford to be.
When I ate meat, I used to eat carne asada. A plate of just steak, you know, carne asada, steak, and rice and beans. That's $28. Anyway, you can get it anywhere on a corner in Cali. But
again, we're not big eaters, so we ordered just the one taco. We each had one because it comes with 3, right? You've seen the image now, so you know why we're saying that there are 3 tacos, but it's 1 order. So it was enough.
Yeah,
it was enough for us.
It was enough.
Yeah, thankfully.
Came out, and it was 3 of us. We each had one, and we were like, good.
Yeah. Good. And to be honest, I actually, because I've not had it in over 2 years, I forgot how I normally eat them because they're so filling. I don't even eat the tacos. I just eat the filling. So yeah, it's that satisfying for me.
Yeah.
They put a lot of fish and a lot of veggies. Like, it's packed.
Yeah.
They're not stingy with the toppings.
Nor
Thank God.
the guacamole.
Nor the guacamole, right? Kind of like Africa, like Kenya and Nigeria. Loads of avocado seems to go around in New York.
Yeah.
So we had that meal, and thankfully Ishé liked that, and Coco did too. Phew. He also had a surprise moment there. Remember when he bit into it? He's like, "Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Okay. Because he was also not really like trying to.
Yeah. Because at one time he said, and I quote, "You know, New York has the largest population of obese people." I said, "Really? I wonder why." And he said, "Because the food is so good."
It is, in fact,
all the food
good.
is so delicious.
So good. And we didn't even, like when I tell you we didn't even scratch the surface. We didn't get to go to Gran Martini for the pizza, the Ciao Gloria for the croissants, the pistachio. Like we didn't go to Gentile.
Oh, you gotta stop now.
I know. But what
I'm remembering. I forgot.
I know.
You just reminded me.
What I'm saying is like you can't, like we didn't even scratch the surface. If you guys want to see us do New York and want to see give you a full vegan tour of New York, let us know. You know, maybe we can make that happen. It just depends on how well this vlog does. Wink, wink. The better it does, the sooner we can get back. But yeah, so after we finished at Mole, we took a little rest, ate outside, which was really lovely. Did a little people watching. Got to see a lot of tatas. I had to digress. By the way, it's fully legal to be topless in New York, just so you know. It is. In the borough of Manhattan, it's fully legal.
Yep. And no one wears bras anymore. I mean, no one. When I say no one, I was like,
young, tall.
Yeah, all kinds of statures and sizes.
Doesn't matter.
Shapes.
Yeah. So after that, that's when we went down to the World Trade Center, actually. So we popped a little espresso. Again, just because it's our celebratory weekend, we were having fun. So we gave ourselves an espresso each. And then we went down into the World Trade Center so we could shop till we dropped, apparently. Not so we could observe and pay respect to the people that passed and honor them in any way. No, no, no. It's more important that we go down there and shop.
Well, that's where you get your iPhone from.
Right, exactly.
You got the Apple Store right in there. But it was, I mean, that was a nice little, you know, touristy thing. I think that was a good touristy day. Like, just to be a tourist, even if you live there, because it was like so many people out. It was warm, it was nice. Because after that, we decided to walk on the bridge to Brooklyn.
Not on any bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge.
The Brooklyn Bridge. And we kept, you know how they got the performers out there jumping over people and stuff like that. It's like, I totally forgot, like they get you in the crowd because they got to get the momentum before they ask for money, before they do all the tricks.
Right.
Anyway, I was waiting for it. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me turn around and let's walk on this bridge. The bridge was so packed.
Man, New York was not packed, by the way. New York was not packed. Just like all the restaurants were empty, all the train cars were empty, right? There was never a time when we had to stand because we couldn't get a seat, like, which is in New York, that's very foreign to me, by the way, but I digress. I do know that during the last 2 years that ridership went down at one point 90%, and then it had dropped to about 70% of its pre-2020 capacity, but I digress. Yeah, we walked the bridge and he was right, it was packed. Like it was like we were on there like sardines.
Yeah. Yeah, that was but it was good because we just wanted, we weren't like walking around or looking for souvenirs. We was just I wanted him to have the experience of walking across the Brooklyn Bridge. And which we got that.
They had cute souvenirs, by the way, but because we are as adults and we didn't have any cash. It actually saved us though, because we didn't spend money that we didn't need to spend, because there were loads of souvenirs that could have been like, oh yeah, and that, and let's grab that. It's only $5, it's only $4. But no, at the prices that we were paying to eat and stay in New York, we spent enough.
Yeah.
Spent
enough. Walking across the bridge, like at first, he didn't think that he was, I don't know, I think it's because it was hot. So he was just having one of the moments where like, oh, it's gonna take forever. It's gonna take so long to walk across the bridge. I was like, you never been on it, how you know? But it was just done in a second, and we stopped over. So when we got across, that's cool. We got an Uber to
Ginnets on Douglas Street. Yes, parts. Yes.
So then we got her other sisters were there.
Mm-hmm.
We walked in, greeted.
Mm-hmm. Ishé was finally reunited with his tuna tartare.
Yes, you can only buy it there. Like,
It lives in his heart.
Yeah.
This tuna
That's
tartare.
the only place. Like, I've tried everywhere around where we live.
Yeah.
Here. Down I'm talking about, or down do it.
Right.
I told the woman in there, I was like, yeah, I always ate in the back. I used to come here. And I said, y'all the only place to do tuna tartare. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, I can't find it nowhere where I'm at. I gotta drive here to get it.
4 hours.
Yeah.
But it was really good. Coco also really enjoyed it. All of us were happy to have it. It's actually, by the way, not on the menu now. So when you go to Ginnet's, ask them and they'll make it for you. That's what we did.
Yeah.
So, because I don't know why they've not. Probably because it costs too much. They don't want to put it on the menu because the price is just going to scare people away.
Or make them mad.
Yeah, I can tell you that when I first started to enjoy this tuna tartare back around 2010-ish, it was $7. By the time I left New York a year and a half ago, it was $14. I'm not sure what we paid yesterday.
I got the receipt. Look it up.
But I'm sure it was more than $14. So again, it is worth it if you're treating yourself, you're coming to the city, especially if you don't live there and you're here for a period of time. Definitely go support as a restaurant in general, as a Habesha, Ethiopian restaurant. It's good. You know, I'm Eritrean, so I know Injera well. It is good. It is absolutely good. So I would say go, even if you're not a raw fish eater. All of the stews are made quite nicely. Yeah, it's not cheap, but you know, can't take all your money with you anyway, so you gotta enjoy some of it. Not all of it, but some of it.
I can vouch for that restaurant, like out of a lot of Ethiopian places.
Mm-hmm.
That is, you know, top tier. We got a few here, of course, and yeah. That ended the night. Yeah. Then we had to get back home because the next morning we had to, you know, we couldn't find. We had to find. So we wanted to entertain, you know, a few of the rest of the family that she got to meet yesterday, and I got to meet. Yeah, we wanted to entertain them, so we was looking for like a place to get pastries near our house, you know, pastries or croissants and stuff, you know, for light little breakfast, because everybody was supposed to meet around 9, and it ended up being 10.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So this morning, basically. So now we're at this morning. Well, last night we got in, I should say, just to kind of wrap it up with a bow. I think it was like 10. Was it 11?
10:30.
10:30, 11. So it was quite late, and we packed. Right. We were packing and cleaning up, tidying up, and preparing. You know what we needed for the following day, which is today, a travel day. And then Ishé and I were going back and forth. Like, I think we were both having this conversation and fell asleep simultaneously because we were finally, after 12, like talking about, well, what time should we get up in the morning because we're hosting friends, and he's talking to me about that. I'm also still trying to find a cafe or a bakery that's open on the 4th of July so that we can have croissants for our friends who are coming over. And I don't believe that conversation was even actually completed. Next thing I know, I wake up, it's 9 o'clock, the alarm had not been set. We didn't talk about the groceries to figure out where they were coming from. So we were in a panic. Needless to say, we both got up with like, shoot, we gotta get going because our guests were supposed to be there. Yeah, shortly thereafter.
Pull out couch.
Upstairs. Yeah, you've seen, if you watched the vlog from day one, you saw the whole space. The sofa in the living room was actually a pull-out. It's where Coco slept because it was just the one bedroom. So yeah, we needed to go upstairs, clean up, get him up, you know, take the rubbish out because it's an Airbnb. So we're also tidying up. We wanted to close our suitcase. Meanwhile, we don't know where we're getting croissants from. Loads of cafes are closed on the 4th of July. Also a very new thing in New York, by the way. This is news to me, but okay. I'm not mad. I just needed an adjustment. But finally we found something like 10 minutes before people were supposed to arrive. Ishé and Coco went. Thankfully, they had success. They found a great assortment of pastries, brought them back. And by the time they got back, actually the first guests had already arrived. We had a total of about 7 people come around this morning. It was so nice. We decided that it would be nice to just have everyone at the Airbnb because it was spacious, it was great for entertaining, it was an open floor concept, rather than going to a restaurant, spending money, like I'm talking easily another $200 we would have gone for lunch. So we decided it would just be nice, and because there were so many kids, right, that they could like either put something on the YouTube or play in the backyard or just play amongst themselves, right? So we just thought it would be a more relaxing, easier place to spend time, and for my friends to get to know him and Coco, you know, without having to worry about environments, addressing servers or getting this and that. And again, economically, it just made sense. So yeah, so everyone came round. We enjoyed pastries. Everyone brought their own drinks. Ishé took care of the pastries for everyone this morning, and it was just a nice time. We spent a couple of hours together, right up until we had to check out. At home, just enjoying, chatting, banter, the kids playing. It was really, really nice. It was really, really nice. How was it for you?
Oh, yeah, that was great. So I met another group of friends and kids that I haven't met yet, but only through her showing pictures and videos of us. And I'm hearing so much about her. So I got to meet her and her partner, and like all the people we met, like all good people, cool. Like everybody that knows her, that I know, yeah, I am, you know, they're my family now. So, and I got to see Elsa again, and Aman, and that kid is just,
man, special.
Talk
He's
about,
so special.
He's like, yeah, he's like the male version of her. Because he lights up the room when he comes in, and he just like talks, and people just listen. He's like, what is he, 5?
He was born in 2016, yeah, so he's actually 6, turning 7. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, he could be easily one of those child actors who need to play like a little kid who can sound like a grown-up.
He's that bright. He's that bright. What's the sweetest thing you could have said to me is that he's a male version of me, because I love this kid. I love this kid.
Yeah.
But I want to just tell you about how you just said a moment ago about how my family is your family, yeah? So Harry, one of my godchildren, was actually like, Lisa and Ishé are married? And their mom is like, mm-hmm. So does that mean he's part of our family now? And the mom is like, uh-huh. And he's like, okay. I thought that was so cute. That a little 7-year-old's like, so is he Uncle Ishé? These kids, man, they're just, oh. It was an incredible morning. Really, really grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. So then after that, oh yeah, so we had to check out. It was funny because we were saying goodbye to everybody, and the cleaning lady was the person that came to clean the Airbnb. She was like across the street just waiting for everybody to leave, I guess. And Elsa said, is that the cleaning lady? I was like, no, I think that's just a student.
She's a young woman.
Yeah, I thought she was waiting for the bus, but not on thinking there was no bus stop over there. But right. she was just standing there like somebody waiting for an Uber or a bus.
Yeah.
But so when she came, yeah, we were leaving. It was a good trade-off.
Yep.
You know, hand off keys.
Yep.
And we out.
Off we went.
And yeah, we went to the African
festival. Yeah. It's really short, and we do apologize. We didn't have the time. It wasn't a part of our itinerary. Shout out to Auntie. for reminding us about the African festival, which I completely had forgotten because I've not gone in a couple of years. So thank you, Auntie in NYC, for reminding us. So we were there for maybe 20 minutes, but then, you know, being that we were in Brooklyn and we needed to get to the city in order to catch our bus back to DC, we didn't have the opportunity to really enjoy it. So, and it was a little situation too that I, you know, had run into, unfortunately, which took up a bit of time, which I did a little rant about. So if you saw the rant, I would like to take this opportunity to say that actually, I think I should have just apologized to that woman and moved on and respected her. I think my ego flared up and I'm checking myself in real time and on this Real Here TV. Checking myself, yeah, for having had an ego. I should have just apologized and kept it moving because she's right.
Oh, well.
I'm working on my self-awareness, guys.
I mean, I didn't think it was too bad. It's a lot of layers on that one because you know, it's generational.
Right.
You know.
But all that she needed from me was an I'm sorry and I just stopped, you know? Everything else that's for me to deal with, because it's like her vantage point or her stand was what it was, and I didn't need to, you know, engage. I could have done things differently. I could have just moved on to other people that didn't mind.
Yeah. So,
but my ego got the best of me, so. And I'm sorry for having even spoken your ear off about it.
No, just understand it in a different way. I'm the silver lining person. I make everything a silver lining moment. But, so, anyway, after we left the African festival. After we left the festival, what happened? Oh, we had to rush to the train station to get to
Penn Station.
Penn Station. So that was a rush because, you know, we got luggage. we got our roller bags.
Yeah.
Rolling down the street, and I got the kid, you know, just, you know, he's just tired. He's like trailing behind us old people. What's up with the kids today? But he's yeah, so he was tired, but we ended up making the train.
Thank God.
And
we literally just caught the Q train. Like seconds after we got to the platform, it arrived seconds.
Yeah, if we missed that one, we missed our bus.
We would have missed our bus, yeah. Because if you know, you know, the Q train does not run frequently. Like, not like every 2 minutes, that's for sure.
Yeah, when we got there, it was just coming. So yeah, that was it. That was it for the day.
Yeah. And the other thing is, once we got on the bus, we of course had travel food, because if you know me by now, you know me. I always bring food, do I not?
We didn't leave it in the car this time or on the train.
Oh, that part, no. So during our hosting this morning, when we had our friends over for pastries and coffee, I quickly, incognito, just placed a quick order with another one of my favorite restaurants in Bed-Stuy, known as Toad Style. And ordered the boys some delicious burgers, and ordered myself a salad, and some mac and cheese, which was not very nice. But their burgers were great, right? You guys are pleased? Bomb. I love that. You see? So I'm pleased. I'm pleased because they both, because even his son, who by the way is not crazy about vegan burgers, if we're being honest, like he doesn't like it when I trick him and I give him a burger and then he bites into, like, he's never fooled. I never tell him what it is, but he's never fooled. Anyways, the point is, this time he took a bite of this burger and turned around and said, "Okay, this is what I want always now." He's like, "Whenever we eat vegan, this is what I want."
I was surprised, but yeah, he liked it.
Yeah, so when a 14-year-old, you know, has a reaction like that, you know, it's, as Ishé just said, bomb. Yeah, so we enjoyed that, and then the 4 hours actually was just 3.5 coming down for whatever reason. It wasn't really busy. And we made good time. We made good time.
The bus was scooting down the highway.
It was good. It was good. And now we're home. We're about to pack these up. We'll see you guys again in November. Our next cheat our next cheat holiday. Maybe.
Yeah.
Moderation. Not everything, but moderation.
All right. Is that it?
I think that's it. We've chatted your ear off, no? And hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. So, last words.
Get free and stay free.
And stay decent, folks.
Good night. Or good day. Or
Good
afternoon.
Day. Good night.
Bye.
And all of that.